So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be writing equations in point-slope form. So point-slope form is a new form that we haven't worked with yet. Well, the forms that we've been using are slope-intercept form, and we've been using standard form. So we're adding this one new form that's called point-slope form. And what you're going to find out is that the point-slope form is quite simple compared to the other ones. It's very easy to set up, and we use point-slope form of an equation is used to create an equation when given a point and the slope. So for point-slope form, we're going to be given a point and we're going to be given the slope. So it's not just a clever name, point-slope form. We're given a point, we're given a slope, and we use it to make a quick equation that's very easy to use. So what point-slope form looks like is if we have a point x1 and y1 and a slope m, we can make a general equation. That general equation is y minus y1 equals m, which is our slope, times x minus x1. And this is what point-slope form is. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And we're able to then just plug in our points and our slope, and we'll have what our equation is, the equation that we're looking for, point-slope form. So, looking at the general equation, it makes it look super complicated, but in reality, it's not too bad at all. So, to use point-slope form, we're going to need to be given a point and a slope. So, if we're given the point negative 3, 1, and a slope of 1, in the last section, we would use our slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And what we would have to do is we'd have to plug in our point and our slope. So our y-coordinate is 1. Our slope is 3. And our x-coordinate is negative 3. Plus b. We'd have to figure out what that y-intercept is to be able to create the equation. So then I'd get 1 equals 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 plus b. I'll add 9 to both sides and get 10 equals b. So we'd do all these steps to get a y-intercept of 10, and we could finish our equation by writing y equals, our slope is 3, 3x, our y-intercept is 10, plus 10. And that's what we had to do in the last section. Takes some time, takes some calculating. You need to make sure you're plugging in the points in the right spots. But what we're going to start doing now is we're going to start using point-slope form. So point-slope form, again, was y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where the 1s are our points and our m is always our slope. To do this, you can get this done in one step. So we have y minus whatever our y-coordinate is equals our slope times x minus whatever our x-coordinate is, so minus negative 3. Then what we need to do is we just need to simplify this part quick. We get y minus 1 equals 3 times x. When we subtract a negative, it's the same as adding. And we get our equation like that. All we need to do is plug in our y, plug in our x, and plug in our slope, and we have point slope form. We just have to plug in different things. So it's just plugging in 2 points and a slope, and we have point slope form. It's only one step compared to doing all these steps, solving for the y-intercept, and creating this. Point slope form. Much easier and much quicker to work with. Lastly, to graph, it's also quite easy to use. We don't have to worry about too much. I know you're probably groaning and all mad that we have to graph, but we're not going to spend too much time graphing point slope. Looking at our point slope, we know that this is our slope, so we have an m of 1/2, and we know that we have 2 points here. This will be our y, because we know it's with the y's, and this will be our x, because we know this was the x. So we're going to get our point of our equation is subtraction, so we want it to be subtracting. So we're going to have a positive 2y. If we have a plus here, our equation again is subtracting, so we need to do the opposite of what this is. So our x is -2. So we have a point of -2 and 2. We have a slope of 1/2. So what we need to do to graph this, we're going to plot -2, 2. So -2, 1, 2. Positive 2, 1, 2. Make our point. We have a slope of 1/2. So our rise over our run. So we're going to rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Then we're going to connect the dots, and we have our line. We don't have to worry about finding the y-intercept or anything. All we need to do is get our points, which is the opposites from our equation, and our slope, and we can graph it just like that also. So this is all the basics and the beginnings of point slope form.